Hi everyone, it's Bay bringing you Captain Tsubasa, Tatakae Dream Team, the Japanese version. There was a big update, as I probably gave you guys the video. I showed you guys the video about it before, prior to the update, right? And this time, since the update just released, this is Tuesday, Japan time morning. It just came yesterday, Monday, after the big, long, what is it called, maintenance time. So let me go over what's here, what's actually here after it's been released. So there's this new 3-step gacha where the first step, you'll be able to do the 10 times gacha or transfer in just 20 dream balls. Second step, you'll be able to do 10 times gacha with 30 balls. And then third step, it'll cost you the normal 50 dream balls, but it will be at least one SSR guaranteed. But because I've been playing this game from the very beginning, I am not really attracted to this step gacha because at the end of the day you need 100 dream balls, whereas normally you need 150, so it's like 50 dream balls discount, plus you get at least one SSR. That's true, but for someone like me who's been playing this game from the beginning, this is just normal gacha. They haven't released any new characters, which means the chances are I will have a duplication, right? And in this game, duplication doesn't do much basically, so I personally think it's not worth it. But for those who just recently started, or who have like tons of dream balls, and you haven't pulled so many gachas or transfers, and you want to do it reasonably, then this might be your chance. Yeah. So that's that. And so as I said earlier, it's the regulation match for the league first have come, right? So the first regulation will be all the Japanese players will have 50% plus on offense figures. Yeah, so it's better to use Japanese players, especially forward or OMFs, yeah, in order for you to win more easily. And together with this new regulation match, they launched this prize. Sorry, this is very good news. Like Tsubasa Cup, for example. Yeah, it's really similar to Tsubasa Cup. They add a prize here. So if you reach SS League, this is normal, right? You get this from before, but now I think no, this was already here. Yeah, we were always able to get this. Yeah, we were I think no, I think they add some big dream ball prize, yeah, on top, but it's only for first person, or second and third, 4th to 10th, 11th to 30th, 31st to 50th, 51st to 100th, yeah, something like that. So it's not something easy for everyone to get, because you'll probably need like over like 100k or even 150k in order for you to aim for this top rank. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so SS rank is here. They add some regulation match, which is happening now. So that's the new league that's going on right now. And so online, there's professional and standard. Professional, this one, the red banner, is the usual normal one from the beginning that we've been playing. But the standard blue mode is the semi-auto fast forward mode. You could do it like that, yeah. So that, and what else? So Wakabayashi, oh okay, there's some new stuff in the shop. So for League Medal, you're now able to get Wakabayashi with A rank super catch. This is not bad, as a drop character or something that doesn't come out from gacha, it's decent. His catching skill, saving skill is like 9,000 something, and his physical is 12,000 at max. Yeah, which is like very similar to the very first Wakashimazu, or the gacha Wakashimazu, I mean, and the gacha Gino Hernandez, the gray shirt version. Yeah, the very first one. Yeah, so for those who don't have decent goalkeeper or who only have one, you might want to get this and put him in either starting lineup or bench. Yeah, and this super catch is able to you're able to level this skill by using Misho Yamada. Oh, whoops. Oh, anyways, I think I could this dude right here, for those who have this. See, this is super catch A, and I have him level 10 already. So if you want, you might want to use him to level that Wakabayashi, or the other way around, which I doubt people will do. Yeah. So other than that, they also included for online version medal prize Soda, new Soda with A rank block, sliding block. This is not bad because Soda never had block skills, and so he already has tackle and interception. So if you're able to get this and you want to add this on top of for those who already have the Gacha Soda, he'll have all three defensive skills, which is really strong. But the only thing is most of the skills, or all of the skills, he doesn't have any S rank skill. I think he only has S rank shot at the moment. Yeah, so that's the thing. But still, for those who have Soda, he's not bad character, the Gacha Soda. Yeah, you might want to get this block. And also for both League and Online Medal, the amount of medals you need to exchange to these characters now went down, because for Lee it used to be 250k. Now it's 100k. It's a big discount. And for online it used to be 85,000. Now it's 50,000. So that's a big discount as well. So it's reachable now for everyone, I think. So yeah. So there was a big price change. And next, so this was never announced. So after the release, we noticed that there's now new passive skills for some characters, and this is hot because normally, right, in the past, the passive skills weren't that good, right, for many characters. It was here for many characters, but most of them were like shit, basically. But this time, let me go over one by one. So Hyuga, the Neo Tiger Red Hyuga, the passive is Block Killer, where when he matches up against opponent, if opponent does block, all his parameter will go up by 20%. So it doesn't matter if you shoot, dribble, or pass, it doesn't matter. As long as the opponent does block, your parameter goes up by 20%. This sounds really strong, right? But I did try to see how it goes, and I found out that I'm not positive yet. I only did it once. I was only able to try it once, but it seems like this parameter 20% will only be active against the character that exactly did block. So, for example, if you match up with two characters, two defenders, right, with this Hyuga, and if you do Neo Tiger Shot, for example, and the first defender does block, my Hyuga's parameter will go up by 20%. But the second one, if he does something like tackle, it doesn't go up by 20. It just goes normal, yeah? And then, what's big about this is when it reaches to the goalkeeper or goalie, this parameter 20% it's not going to be effective. It just goes to normal. It goes down because, obviously the goalkeeper doesn't do block, right? He has nothing like block. So that's my perspective or my guess after trying this Neo Tiger Hyuga. So my wish was if even one opponent does block and I do Neo Tiger Shot, everything after this block goes up by 20% was my what I was looking for, or wishing for, but I think it's not like that. Yeah. So next one is the soda, which I mentioned earlier. It's a stamina killer, which is like similar or like exactly the same as the new Chester and Misugi that's still in the Valentine gacha right now, where when he matches up against opponents stamina consumption will go up by 15%, whatever they do. Yeah. And this very first blue Pierre, it says combination with Napoleon. So it says if Napoleon is in the same team, his this Pierre's parameter goes up by 30%. This is big for those who have both Pierre and Napoleon, and I think it's better to have green, the newest Napoleon, because the other ones aren't that good. Yeah. So even his stats goes up by 30%. If the other Napoleon is weak, then the trade-off is too big. That this Pierre is not going to be useful because the Napoleon will be like so bad, right? So for those who have the green Napoleon, I think it's decent. So yeah, this Pierre is going to be really good now. All parameter goes up by 30% anytime if Napoleon is there. By the way, if you put this Napoleon in bench, it's not going to work. You have to put Napoleon in starting lineup. Yeah, that's the regular limitation or the restriction. So be careful. But this is pretty hard, I think, for those who only have this Pierre, who has no Dream Collection or like Butterfly Pierre. This Pierre is going to be really strong. I think it's going to be stronger than the Butterfly Pierre, at least. Yeah. And this next Gentile, this is the very first Gentile, blue one, again, with the S rank tackle. His passive now is when he goes up against Japanese characters, all his parameters will go up by 30%. This is big because there's so many good Japanese players. It's big. Plus, recently there was this new Dream Collection Akai with his team skill. Blue type's tackle goes up by 20%. And if for those who have characters like Liverpool or the All Japan Tsubasa that came out last year, end of last year, or like Wakashimazu, the blue, all these team skills that I just mentioned will go to blue type, right? So it really boosts blue type's parameter, especially tackle. So I think, yeah, for those who have this Gentile, it might be really good. If you have the Dream Collection new Akai, it's gonna be super good, if you put them together. Yeah. And this green Misugi that was from here from the initial stage now has the same passive as the new Bunnak, which is you will, if you come out, when the opponent shoots, and if you are able to come out, either as a matchup character or like, because you're in the way of the shot to the goal, and you cut in and you cannot come out, you'll touch the ball for sure, like Bunnak, for sure, 100%, and you won't be like blown away. Yeah. So this is big. I'm using this new Bunnak, and I know how big Bunnak is. I'm putting him at center back all the time. Although I have Alberto, I put Bunnak in the center. That's how big this passive skill is. So for those who don't have Bunnak and who have this Misugi, it's time to use him finally. Yeah. So the last but not least, Captaincy Tsubasa, the green Tsubasa that has golden duo, that's in the game from the beginning. So this is very unique too, because his passive is when the 1-2 skill is successful, the distance that will bring this character will boost by 50%. Yeah. You know what that means? So if you do golden duo, normally this Tsubasa would go from center court to like the middle of just in between PA and center. But now with him, it'll go all the way down to PA, penalty area. I swear I tried this. I'll show you some screenshots later. So that's, I think, all. Yeah. That's all. I think I covered everything. And now, as I explained, so here is Hyuga, my Nail Tiger Hyuga. I just, tried online right after the release of the new update. And I'm up against Sho, Misugi, and Cults at the same time. There was 3 opponents. And so I shot Nail Tiger with gold critical. And it blew away this Sho and this Misugi who did block. So my parameter was up 20% here. But right after, when Cults came, although he has silver critical, he hit the ball off his chest and he blocked it basically. So I assume from this action that my 20% wasn't on this when I matched up with him. And another information I have is in the past characters updates, there was for like I think it was Blue Napoleon or some Misugi, I forgot which. There was this if you like go up against the opponent and if you like, for example, dodge what the opponent does as a defender, like for example, defender does tackle and I do shoot, my parameter will go up by 50%. Yeah, if you remember, there was this type of passive in the past, and I heard that for those passive skills, right, when you read the opponent's move and dodge it, your parameter will go up by 50%. That's true, but it doesn't last till when it reaches to the goalie. So when it reaches the goalie, your boost will disappear. So from that, assuming from that, I think it's the same here for Hyuga. So unfortunately, it will only boost, his parameter will only boost up to the exact person that did block. Yeah, that's my what is it called, guess. And also, I noticed this update that they didn't announce. Yeah, it's a silent update, I think. If you look at my full power button right here, it's about to finish, right? So I'm matching up with these 3 defenders. So when I'm selecting what to do, the time stops so that the full power gauge doesn't go down any further. So I barely have anything left, but I still have the full power until today, right? After this matchup, if I do Nail Tiger like I did, the full power should be effective until this shot is either stopped or reaches the goal, right? Yeah, but from this update, I noticed here against Sho, I still have the gold critical. I have the gold critical, right? But from here on, it's not here anymore. It disappeared, which means I think this is right, but they did some modification that once the timer is restarted from after you finish selecting your moves, the full power gauge starts again, and when it goes over, your critical is finished, even if it's in the middle of the shot. Yeah, that's my assumption or my guess. Because I guess for defender, if you look at it from the defender's perspective, when the shot is moving forward towards the goal, and when it reaches the goal, a goalkeeper, the defender's full power gauge was going down, right? Whereas the full offensive guy's gauge was going down, but still the once the critical is on, it was effective all the way, right? So I guess the club games thought it's unfair, and they did this modification, I assume. Yeah, and this is never announced. It's not on any news. So yeah, I found this by coincidence, and so I thought I should tell everyone so that it'll be useful. Yeah, and one other thing I tried is I was very interested in the new Green Tsubasa's passive skill, where the Golden Duo will move forward more by 50% more, right? So I tested it. Compared it with Pierre's Eiffel Tower combination. So look at the map here on the left bottom. I'm matched up from the center court, right? And I did the duel here. And I ended here with Pierre. Okay, remember this position. And now it's Tsubasa. So I did the golden duo here again, just like where Pierre was, right? At the very on top of the center line. And it brought me here. So look, it was here for Pierre, and it's here for Tsubasa. So he could go all the way down to penalty area from the center court, right after kickoff. This is very unique. I think it's going to be useful. Yeah, it's going to be very useful, I swear. And his golden duo is, even today, with all these new characters, with like so many characters with, way better stats, this golden duo is like unstoppable. So yeah, it's going to be really useful. I think even more useful than before. So that's about it for today, I think. So I saw many of your comments, right after I did the Japanese video on the new update. Thanks, I really appreciate your support. Yeah, but please understand it was like midnight when I uploaded my Japanese video, and I was super tired. I had to go to sleep, and I saw your messages right after I uploaded my Japanese video. I knew you guys were waiting for the English one, so I did it. It's morning, 5 o'clock Japan time right now, so please give me credit for that, and please do understand. I always understand. I have you guys in mind, so for such big updates, I will do it as much as possible. So please, I appreciate your patience, and yeah, please support me, because figures on around my YouTube really matters. It really keeps me motivated. So please do support me by subscribing to my channel, or giving me likes or whatever. I know many of you are already doing that for me. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. So that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye. And sorry for the volume, I just woke up.